Recently, I received an email from one of our subscribers, and she was asking, what's the number one cause of an injury? Not only was this a curious question to me, but it's one that I didn't realize people didn't fully understand. So let's take a deep look at it. At the time of this recording, I've been a physiologist for over 30 years, and I'm involved in nearly every sport under the sun. I'm very, very thankful for that opportunity, but along the way, I've learned and seen a lot of things that's caused a tremendous amount of issues. Nothing is going to slow somebody down quicker than either getting sick or unfortunately getting injured. So when this question came in, what's the number one source of injuries? Believe it or not, it's a lack of a warm-up. Now, when we look at a warm-up, most people can kind of connect the dots with the idea that, hey, if I go and I do a warm-up, I'm going to break a sweat, my heart rate's going to go up. We want to make sure that we ease into a workout so that we don't pull or cause too much load on the tissue that could cause a muscle tear or a muscle spasm. And that is 100% true. But I want you to add another dimension to the importance of a warm-up, and that is communication. Without getting into a bunch of extensive blood chemistry, when you do specifically a sport activity, what I mean by that is we would prefer that your warm-ups be very relevant to the sport that you're getting ready to do. The idea here is the range of motion that's required to do a specific sport is going to send a communication. I know it sounds kind of fluffy here, but the idea, if you go and you research what is the role of a hormone in the blood, it's to communicate. So as you start to get some muscle contraction going, yes, that muscle is going to warm up. It is going to contract. It's going to create internal friction. That friction creates vasodilation. The blood vessels are going to open up. Warm blood goes in there. You're able to move with less restriction. Those are all great reasons associated with a warm-up. The second side of the equation is communication. Now, and I have to be very cautious when I say this, if you're doing a low-intensity workout, you can pretty much just ease into it and then just bump it up a little bit and stay in zone 2. No harm, no foul. But when it comes to high-intensity training, this is where warm-ups, in my opinion, become an absolute game changer in regards to increasing the longevity of an athlete and how long they can go in between bouts of an injury. We say in the physiology world there's two types of athletes, one that's been hurt and one that will get hurt. Now, we're not being negative, it's just elite athletes are always trying to push that fine line between being very fit and being frustrated. So for the sake of this conversation here today, what's the most important thing that you can do to avoid an injury is before you do anything intense, make sure that you do a warm-up. It's going to send a communication, believe it or not, literally, it will send the releasing of hormones that will cause a muscle to elongate. The elasticity of the muscle will improve. All through hormones and communication. It's not exclusively because of the muscle contraction and friction associated with it. So now let's reverse this entire process. If you're working on your top end speed, let's say that's one of your identified physical limiters, so many people don't realize that the reason why they can't improve their physical limiter is because they're not warming up adequately. If you look at somebody like Usain Bolt who warms up for over an hour to run less than 10 seconds, gives you an idea of how important a warm-up is. So if you're looking for a way to keep your injuries to a minimum, make sure that when you're designing your schedule for the week and you know that you've got a 1 hour workout, make sure that you don't cut the warm-up nor the cool-down short, because the warm-up is going to improve the quality of the workout and the recovery is going to speed up, the cool-down will speed up the recovery window for your next workout, whether that's later today or sometime tomorrow. As always, I hope these videos answers more questions than they create. However, if I did create a question in this video or any other video that you may have watched of ours, please do me a favor and drop me an email. contact@coachrobb.com. If you're new to the video, please like, subscribe, and turn on notifications because every day we put out a video here on YouTube answering your questions. Thank you for your time today, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow.